that you are going to need to consume less. And this is where we start getting into why the global elite want you to be poor. Step number 2. Now we need to dive deeper into the relationship between energy, the population, and GDP. Maybe more importantly, your standard of living. So the global elite look at the chart that we used in step number 1 and they say to themselves, okay, I get it. We've got the energy usage going parabolic. This grows exponentially. The population doing the exact same thing. And then the population is supported by the additional energy. Therefore, the GDP or the standard of living can increase at the same rate or even a faster rate. But then they look at the types of energy we have and they say to themselves, okay, well, the majority of energy we have now is non-renewable. So this most likely is going to decline into the future. Well, luckily, we have green energy. We're working on that, all the renewable energy, but this isn't going to grow that fast. So in their view, the renewable energy is only going to be able to make up for the decline in the non-renewable energy. This poses a big, big problem for them. Let's go over to these other lines so we can get our head around exactly what's happening here. Again, the red is population growth, black GDP, blue energy. So if we have this energy going up, or the amount of energy going up, the amount of energy we have access to, and then it starts to flatline because of what we see over here. This means that GDP will also flatline because energy is the economy. But if we continue to have population growth, then this means that the per capita GDP will go down, meaning the standard of living will decrease. So Klaus and all of his buddies at the IMF, the UN, the World Economic Forum, the Davos types like Bill Gates, they look at this and they say, well, I don't want my standard of living to go down. I want to consume just as much energy in the future as I'm consuming today. So let's look at this another way. We've got Klaus right here, obviously, and we've got everyone's favorite, the average Joe, representing all of us, all of you watching this video. So right now, Klaus, let's say, is consuming 1 barrel of oil per year. And let's say the average Joe is also consuming 1 barrel of oil per year. Well, if the population goes up and the amount of energy available does not go up at the same rate or goes sideways, that means that the per capita use of energy is going to have to decline. So in the future, Klaus can only consume maybe a half a barrel of oil. Same thing for the average Joe, because there's the same amount of energy, but there's a lot more people that need the energy or that are using the energy. Well, Klaus and Gates, they don't like this at all. So they say, no, I want to continue to use the 1 barrel of oil per year, if not more. So this means that you, the average Joe, is going to have to consume a lot less. And in my opinion, this is what the global elite's narrative around climate change is all about. They don't care about the temperature in the ocean. They don't care about icebergs. They don't care about polar bears. The only thing they care about is their ability to consume the exact same or more energy in the future. And to do that, if the energy that we have access to flatlines, that means you are going to have to consume a lot less. So the whole net zero by 2050, or else the whole world is going to come to an end, is just a way to manipulate you to voluntarily lower your standard of living. If you lower your standard of living, you become poorer. And this is what the global elite want. I know a lot of you watching this video right now are probably looking at this chart and saying, well, wait a minute. If the population doesn't continue to grow and it flatlines and the energy flatlines at the same time while GDP flatlines and the standard of living isn't going to go down. So if we just reduce the population, Problem solved. Don't you worry. The global elite, like Bill Gates, are one step ahead of you. Editor, cut to the clip. As we